Huaiyang cuisine is one of the 4 traditional Chinese cuisines, originated in Yangzhou and Huai'an. The cuisine is full of yin and yang characteristics. Most of the raw materials are aquatic products. Most of the Huaiyang cuisine is based on jianghu and river fresh food, supported by top cooking skills, with their original flavor and color as the best, and the pursuit of wonderful harmony among people. Both refined and popular tastes are appreciated without losing their elegance, especially the unique concept of harmony, essence, clarity and novelty. In Huaiyang cuisine, Yang means Yang cuisine, the Yangtze River Basin represented by Yangzhou, He means He cuisine, and the Huaihe River Basin represented by Huai'an. Yangzhou and Huai'an are famous historical and cultural cities in China. Huaiyang cuisine refers to the Huaiyang regional cuisine centered on Yangzhou and Huai'an, which is formed in Yangzhou, Huai'an and the regions. Huaiyang cuisine began in the spring and autumn period, flourished in the Sui and Tang dynasties, and flourished in the Ming and Qing dynasties. It is known as the best flavor in the southeast and the most beautiful in the world. Huaiyang cuisine is carefully selected and applied according to its materials, fine production and elegant style. The pursuit of this flavor, fresh and peaceful. Huaiyang cuisine pays great attention to knife work, which is fine. It is especially famous for melon carving. The dishes are exquisite in shape and mellow in taste. In cooking, he makes good use of the heat and pays attention to the fire skill. He is good at stewing, simmering, warming, steaming, burning and frying. Most of the raw materials are aquatic products, focusing on freshness, mild taste, fresh and slightly sweet. Famous dishes include stewed crab meat, lion head, boiled dry silk, 3 sets of ducks, soft pocket long fish, crystal meat, squirrel mandarin fish, liangxi crisp eel, etc. Its dishes are exquisite with elegant style. Stewed crab meat lion's head is a famous signature dish in Huaiyang cuisine. The lion's head is very fat and tender. The entrails is melted. The crab meat is delicious, and the green vegetables are crisp and rotten. You have to scoop it with a spoon. After eating, it is full of fragrance, and the teeth and cheeks remain fragrant. You can't forget it for a long time. This dish pays great attention to the ingredients. Prepare 800 grams of pork, several fresh horseshoes, 2 female crabs, 1 gram of shrimp, 100 grams of Shaoxing rice wine, 300 grams of green onion and ginger water, 50 grams of cooked lard, 50 grams of crab roe, 100 grams of green vegetables, 300 grams of pork soup, 15 grams of refined salt, and 25 grams of dry starch. Production process: first cut the lean meat and fat meat into pieces, then cut them into silk, and finally cut them into pomegranate rice color meat. The meat should be carefully cut and roughly chopped. The meat should be granular, sticky and fat and thin. Next, peel and chop the horseshoes. Beat the onion and ginger, add the yellow rice wine, grab it with your hand, and force out the onion and ginger water. Add an appropriate amount of salt, pepper and starch into the meat. After mixing well, stir it in one direction and beat it until the meat is strong. In this way, the meat is full of water and tastes tender enough. After the meat is beaten, add horseshoe crumbs to increase the tender taste and relieve greasiness. After the crab is steamed, start to disassemble the crab shell and take in the crab meat and crab roe for standby. Take an appropriate amount of crab meat into the meat and mix well. Mix a small bowl of water starch and dip your hands with water starch to make a smooth big meatball. Divide the mixed meat into several parts. Put them in the palm of your hand one by one. Turn them back and forth with both hands 4 to 5 times. Rub them into smooth meatballs. Heat the pot to the high fire. Scoop 40 g cooked lard. Put green vegetables into the heart. Stir fry until green. Add 1 g shrimp and 7.5 g refined salt. Boil the pork soup away from the fire. Take a casserole. Pour in the broth. Heat it on the medium fire. And put green vegetables on the bottom of the casserole to prevent sticking to the pot. Put the rubbed meatballs into warm water to shape. Add salt, pepper and rice wine in the water to taste better. Then embed crab roe on each meatball, and then cover it with green vegetable leaves to prevent the meatballs from changing color. Cover the pot and bring it to a boil over high heat. Then simmer over low heat for 2 hours. Carefully put the lion's head on the plate, and finally decorate it with a few small vegetables. It must be noted that the choice of pork must be matched with fat and thin. The general proportion of fat and thin is 3.5:6.5. Don't chop too finely. When stewing, you must eat enough heat to let the oil in the meatballs overflow naturally and melt in the brine. The food is fat, but not greasy.